Russian troops must withdraw from Crimea because the deal the country had with Ukraine over its Black Sea Fleet base is no longer in effect. A resolution stating just that has been passed today by the Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe. Now, that's a body also blaming much of the crisis on Russia. RT's Peter Oliver is in Strasbourg for us.
Well, the Parliamentary Assembly for the Council of Europe have passed this resolution in the building just behind me. What it says is, well, it's full of condemnation for Russia's actions, what it sees as Russia's aggression towards Ukraine. Well, the Russian delegation to the Council of Europe has made comment with regard to that resolution. We can hear what they had to say right now.
It's very unfortunate, but I can state that we're dealing with an absolutely politicized approach. I've never seen anything like this before here. It's purely a geopolitical stance. Everything that the Kiev authorities do is right, everything that Russia suggests is wrong, and every fact has been turned upside down.
But to look through the key points, the highlights, if you will, and break it down to brass tacks, what they say is that there was no ultra-right takeover in Kiev. That's despite anybody like myself who spent a bit of time in the city. You know, you're able to see members of the group Right Sector on every corner. They're basically the de facto police force right now, and I don't think anybody would deny that Right Sector are a far-right organisation. Also, the fact that 5 out of the current cabinet members are from what would be regarded in any other nation as politically far-right parties. So that's one point that's been made. They also condemned the use of live ammunition by members of or representatives of the Yanukovych government that was overthrown, while completely overlooking the use of deadly weapons that were being used by demonstrators, things like Molotov cocktails, also guns being used on the barricades that were set up in Kiev. All of that was overlooked. The condemnation came towards the Yanukovych government, and they also condemned what they call Russian aggression towards Crimea, while at the same time overlooking essentially a coup d'etat that took place in Kiev. The violence, the deaths, the people that were beaten that we saw take place there, none of that was mentioned. What was mentioned, though, was Russian aggression towards Crimea, despite the fact that what took place in Crimea was democratically voted for and went off with celebrations and peace. Well, all of this, as you can probably imagine, has resulted in the Russian representatives who were here, well, they're basically gobsmacked by what's been passed at the Council of Europe just behind me.
The PACE Commission has decided to support a totally appalling version of the resolution on Ukraine that contains unconcealed fantasies concerning the possible Russian military invasion of Ukraine and a complete aversion of our argument on the situation in Ukraine and the takeover of power by armed radicals.
So that's the way it looks here in Europe right now regarding the ongoing situation in Ukraine. Europe condemning Russia for what it sees as their aggression in the region.